Hey everybody, Jabman025 here. Today I'm taking a look at my 117th Master Raid, the Tallgeese III, from the movie/OVA, Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. This is the last of the Tallgeese variants, and this is a web shop limited only kit, which means it's a little harder to find, and even when you do, it's a good deal more expensive. Hey Bandai, let us buy some. Anyway, let's have a look. Basically, this is just the Tallgeese all over again. There's very little change in terms of the main body. You can see the head up there. The only part of this kit you do have to paint is the head, and unfortunately it is an exceedingly difficult part to paint. They give you a sticker for the eyes. I went ahead and painted it because it does have a silver sticker behind it, but there's such a small gap there you really don't get much of a glow behind it. So if you use the sticker, I wouldn't blame you. But the torso is pretty much unchanged, just from a little bit of a color swap. And the painting I was talking about, it's really too tight to go in there in line, so I just used some black paint and cleaned it up afterwards. And on either side of the face, there is those yellow cannons, that's got to be painted, and those two blue face guards. I don't know. Whatever you got to do, you got to paint it, and it's a royal pain in the butt, because it's very odd and a very difficult place. A fair bit of lining on this kit. You see, the shoulders have changed. Get those big extra reinforced armor shoulders, but even then it's not a huge difference from the other Tallgeese. And the arms are, well, unchanged altogether. Legs, no change whatsoever, same old legs. I'm not going to be talking a whole lot of posing about this, because if you've seen the Tallgeese 1 or 2 review, not a whole lot has changed here. But as he sits right now, a little back heavy. Doesn't take much to knock him over, but he can stand. That will not remain. But like all Tallgeese, he's kind of back heavy, but you can keep him standing. Now, the kit as it stands is nice, but the accessories are where this kit's at. You can see the shield. They put a lot of time and effort to the accessories. The shield here, no painting necessary. They give you the red parts you need. They give you the lining, the white and the blue, and everything you need to do. It's ready to go out of the assembly, a little bit of lining to do. The beam sabers go underneath on the back, and you see you do get the heat whip there. And you get 2 beam sabers, curved blades for the handle. The heat whip is actually 10 links long, which I broke 3 of them when I was assembling because I was being stupid. Not anything the kid's fault, I just did a stupid mistake, so I got 7. And honestly, I think it looks better this way. The Tallgeese is actually a little shorter than the Epion, and Epion's was already pretty long. The 7 links actually looks better, so if anyone asks, I did it on purpose. The beam rifle, or as I like to call it, the Big Mama Gemma. And yes, that's a technical term. This thing is awesome. They really put some time and effort in this. All the colors are right. You got the brown cables, the blue, the gray, the white connection, the railgun look to it. It looks great. You can extend these barrels here, and from there you move these back, and yeah, the Big Mama Gemma. And you see, it's pretty darn big at full extension. It's a good deal taller than Tallgeese itself. And I drop it. And it's still good. Alright then. Now when you get them on there, this attaches onto the shoulder bits, just like the Tallgeese 1 and 2 did. And you can remove the heat whip and extend it, or put just the tip of it on the end. I guess the heat whip is supposed to coil in there. Where it goes, I don't know. But it attaches right on, no real problems. The decals are all water slide, and they do have some really good ones on this kit. They don't overwhelm them, but they do a good job. So nice water slide decals, at least we got that out of this. Now the question is, with that big old giant gun, can he stand? And the answer is, heck no. Not even close. You got to lean him up against something, and quite frankly, to do any kind of posing, you're going to need an action base. I'd be a little bit more critical, but if you were expecting this thing to do a good pose as it sits, yeah. Get him on action base, everything opens up, you can pose anything you like. Now the gun is big, but it really isn't that heavy, so you can still move the shoulder up and down and it doesn't really hamper it. It looks a lot heavier than it really is. And the heat whip will go anywhere you want. They do kind of say the shield should be held by the Tallgeese, and it doesn't really work that way. It's kind of being held by the connection on the shoulder. The fingers kind of line up, but it's more trouble than it's worth, honestly. The Tallgeese one was a lot like this, trying to get it just right to hold the shield. The gun, however, I'm very happy to report, moves fairly easily. It can be a little tough to finagle things around. You got to move the shoulder around more than you do the arm. But you push the handle into the hand and then you attach it into the gun. Again, the hand's not really holding it as much as the shoulder is. But it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't weigh that much. So full extension, no trouble whatsoever, looks good. And quite frankly, this is the pose I'm going to have in my collection. Final thoughts on this kit. This was always my favorite version of the Tallgeese. So when they announced it was coming out, even though it was a web shop, I said, fine, I'm buying it, whatever. I kind of wish they did this as a standard release, though. I think the price gouging for the web shop's a bit much. I'm going to go my soapbox here a little. Bandai, if you're going to have a web shop only, that's fine. I don't care. At least let us, non-Japanese folks get a chance to buy it from your website, too. Even if we got to pay a little extra for shipping, fine. At least give that option. But thumbs up, good kit. If you want a Tallgeese III, you'll like this. Well, gang, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review. Hope you found it informative. If you got any questions, please ask them. I will answer them as best I can. Please stay tuned for more reviews. I always get more reviews coming. And I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and one more thing. And here you see my Tallgeese, all with their gigantic guns, and my God, that sounds worse than last time.